Hi there, we're here to introduce you to linking verbs and subject complements, our grammar lesson 10. Now, since my fat lazy cat who does nothing introduced action verbs last week, I thought this week my little terrier, Pippi, Pipsqueak, should help me introduce linking verbs. When we got Pippi from the pound, we had a Roddy. And the Roddy was great big, and Pippi was this little tiny puppy, and so he got the name Pipsqueak, and it stuck, and so now we call him Pippi. So this is Pippi, who is going to help me introduce to you linking verbs. Good boy. Okay, so let's look. Linking verbs. A linking verb connects the subject to a word or a group of words that identifies or describes the subject. Example, the answer is 3. Our linking verb is connects answer to 3. Second example, the answer is correct. Our linking verb is connects answer to correct. State of being verbs are linking verbs that show a state of being. And the most common are am, is, are, was, were, been, being, and be. So make sure you get those down in your notes so you have them for reference. State of being verbs do not express an action. They give you more information about your subject. So let's look at our example here. Mario is a computer hacker. So again, we have the linking verb is, and it's connecting Mario to hacker. True linking verbs will always be linking verbs, and those are any form of the verb to be, to become, or to seem. But there are 3 linking verbs that can be used either as an action verb or as a linking verb, and you always have to analyze your sentence to determine how the word is functioning within your sentence. And these 3 words would be to taste, to feel, or to look. So taste, feel, look. Okay, there's 2 pairs of examples here I want us to look at so you can see kind of what I mean by this. The first one is Chris tasted the crunchy honey roasted grasshopper. In our first sentence, Chris is our subject. He is actually doing the action of tasting, eating a grasshopper. So in our first example, tasted is an action verb. Our second one, the crunchy honey roasted grasshopper tasted good. Here in this sentence, the grasshopper is not doing the action of tasting. So in our second example, tasted is a linking verb, linking grasshopper to good. Another example, Godzilla appeared happy to see me. In this sentence, appeared is connecting the subject Godzilla to the state of being of happiness, so therefore it's a linking verb. In our second example, Godzilla appeared in the doorway, spooking me badly. So appeared in our second sentence is something that Godzilla can do, so therefore it's an action verb. So whenever you have those verbs, to see, to feel, or to taste, remember they can either function as a linking verb or an action verb, and you have to analyze that sentence to determine how those words are being used. Now, a subject complement that comes in the predicate of your sentence. Remember way back when we started school, we had those lessons of the subject portion of the sentence, the object portion of the sentence. And then we looked at sentence complements. We looked at the complement for an action verb, which is your direct object and your indirect object. And then we also looked at your complement for your linking verbs. So a subject complement is your sentence complement that completes the meaning of a linking verb and identifies or modifies the subject. Let's look at this example. The young girl in class seems happy. My subject is girl, the linking verb is seems, and it connects with happy. So our subject complement is happy. Second example. The student across the campus is she. Student is my subject. My linking verb is, and is connects student to she. So she would be considered my subject complement. Third example. Paul, a friend of the family, became a doctor. So Paul is the subject. My linking verb is became. It links Paul with doctor. So my subject complement is doctor. Now, we're going to talk about types of subject complements. And if you remember a month ago, we listed 2 types. In this lesson, we're going to list 3 types. And so let's look at these, and then you'll understand how they connect from a month ago to today. So one subject complement is a predicate nominative. And when we do our DGP, the abbreviation is PN for predicate nominative. Now let's look at some examples of predicate nominative. Some caterpillars become butterflies. So my linking verb is become, my subject is caterpillars. The linking verb connects caterpillars to butterflies. So my predicate nominative is butterflies. Michelle Obama is the next speaker. So my linking verb is. Michelle Obama is my subject. Is connects Michelle Obama with speaker. So my predicate nominative is speaker. And the last example. The man in the blazer is the new teacher. So man is my subject, my linking verb is, and man is connected with teacher. So my predicate nominative is teacher. Now notice these examples of predicate nominative. We have butterflies, speakers, teachers. What do they have in common? Butterflies, speakers, teachers. That's right, they're all nouns. So predicate nominative has to be a noun. Okay, when your subject complement is a noun, it's called predicate nominative. Okay, our second type is a predicate adjective. We also talked about predicate adjective a month ago. But a predicate adjective gives information about the subject, answering which, whose, what kind, or how many. And if you notice, that's just what an adjective would answer. So let's look at some examples. The sea was turquoise. My subject is sea. My linking verb is was. My predicate adjective is turquoise because it's an adjective describing the sea, and it tells what kind. So notice here that my abbreviation for predicate adjective is PA. Second example. The yogurt tasted sweet and creamy. So yogurt is my subject. Tasted is my linking verb. And how did it taste? It tasted sweet, tasted creamy. So my predicate adjective, in this case, is compound, be sweet, creamy, and it tells what kind. Now the third kind is a predicate pronoun. And a month ago, we lumped pronoun into predicate nominative. But now we are going to break it out. If you'll remember, I mentioned it last time that sometimes people categorize a third group of subject complements as predicate nominative. Well, that's what we're doing here. So the final subject complement is a predicate pronoun. Now, these ones are less common. So the winners should have been they. Okay, so notice my linking verb is should have been. My subject is winners. My pronoun is they. So my predicate pronoun, linking winners to they, would be they. So, second example. We may not be the only ones here. So my linking verb is may be. Remember, your negatives are not included in your verbs. So my linking verb is may be. My subject is we. So the verb may be connects we to ones. So my predicate pronoun would be ones. Okay, so we have three kinds of subject complements with linking verbs. We have predicate pronouns, that when you have a pronoun within the predicate. Example, what you see on the screen. Then we have predicate adjectives if what is linked with the subject is a describing word or an adjective. And then we have predicate nouns, predicate nominatives, if the word is a noun. Okay, so you have predicate pronouns, predicate adjectives, and predicate nominatives. Okay, now you're going to have to identify subject complements in our exercises both on Canvas and what we do together on Monday. You'll have to identify if they are predicate nominatives, predicate adjectives, or predicate pronouns. So good luck with this. Make sure you check your work. Be responsible for your own learning. Bring your notes in on Monday and I'll give you those points. And then we'll get on to our review of linking verbs on Monday. So have a great weekend and I will see you then.